Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sonlight Summer Readers Facebook party. I am so happy that you were able to join me, Judy. I'm excited to talk all about summer readers. We're going to do a little show and tell. I've got all of the summer readers back here behind me. But we're also going to I'm going to do a video. I'm going to play a video within a video. That'll be interesting. Hopefully technology likes me today. Of me talking to Janelle, who had a huge hand in selecting our summer readers. We'll give you information on how to win a package of summer readers. Stick around. You're going to want that. And we're going to talk a little bit about how Sonlight picks books. So I'm so happy. I mentioned Judy was here with me. I'm Stephanie Rose. I'm the community manager. Judy, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Steph. It's always good to chat with you. And I am Sonlight's marketing sales manager and a retired homeschool mom, and absolutely love reading all summer long. So summer readers are a good thing.
Absolutely. You know, we talk a little bit about how Sonlight Summer Readers follow the same guidelines as Sonlight books, which we all know and love. And so let's talk a little bit about that 7-part test. And I don't know about you, but I had to write the notes down because the 7-part test is 7 pieces. So we might be referring to the notes a little bit here. But there are 7 components of a book that are considered when a Sonlight selects a book, and we call them Sarita's 7-part tests of books. So let's talk a little bit about those, and we'll give you a little detail on how that works. So the first one is real and realistic characters. Judy, can you expand on that just a bit?
Well, a good book, a really good book, is not going to have a hero who's perfect and flies into the scene and flies out of the scene and is always smiling and never says anything wrong and never makes any mistakes. So, that doesn't make for a realistic story at all. And you also don't want to have villains or anti-heroes who are so detestable that you can't even stand to read about them. So Sarita looks for complex characters that are believable and realistic and human.
They also have a lot of character development within the story, correct?
Yes. You want to see those characters grow and change for the better, hopefully, and good win out over evil. So definitely they are not static, flat characters at all.
Yeah, they really show, that it's supposed to let your children see that they can continue to grow and like the characters in the book, which is great. Yes. So the third one is content that adds to the reader's cultural literacy. We talk about this one a lot, is through that worldview lens. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So we're always looking for vocabulary and character and the setting of the book, even locations that maybe your children are not familiar with, that are going to add to their cultural literacy. So they need to come away from a book understanding things a little bit better, maybe having a better understanding of human relationships or how life works. You don't want to walk away from a book and feel like, well, that's 40 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. So you definitely want to come away with more than what you started with.
Yeah, and that sort of ties into the intriguing and multi-dimensional plot, as well as being emotionally compelling, which are 4 and 5 for the test.
Yes. So you want a plot that is going to grab your attention and hang on to it. If it's just a simple single storyline and there are not things going on with multiple characters, that's just boring. So why waste your time?
For sure. For sure. And then the emotionally compelling, you want to be engaged. You want to feel what Wilbur feels. You know, you want to feel the feelings of if the book is written in an engaging way, you'll get there. So that really
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you want it to be just to have beautiful writing.
Yes.
I mean, you think through your experience of having read books in the past, and you know when they're not good. You know, it didn't sound good. It wasn't written well. The writing didn't flow. So yeah, you want the book to just really grab your attention because the words just jump off the page.
Absolutely. And then the last one is readability.
Mm-hmm. I mean, think about books that are sitting on your shelf that are like old friends because you want to read them again and again. And I can think of many from our Sonlight experience that our kids would be interested in reading again. So that's definitely a trait of a book that would make the cut for Sonlight.
For sure. So this test that we use for all Sonlight books, we also use for the summer readers, but these summer readers are sort of curated into age appropriateness and maybe gender. Can we talk a little bit about how they're broken up? And I know in a minute, Janelle goes into a little bit more detail into how those are picked, but it's important for people to know that the summer readers are really there for all ages and genders. So
yes. Yeah. So, you know, we look for a wide variety of genres in a collection of books because, like, as you mentioned, they are curated elementary, middle school, high school. So in that collection of book, whatever collection it might be, we want some books to be easy reads, maybe just a funny book or a book that's you just sit down and want to gobble it all up in one setting. And we also want to include some that are a little more challenging because we don't want your brain to go to mush while you're reading either. So, but like you said, we also curate them by gender. So is a collection for girls and a collection for boys. Does not mean that girls can't read the boys' books and boys can't read the girls' books. It's more really for the parent teacher to know that the main character in this book is going to be about a girl. And some boys just don't like to read about girls and vice versa. And so at least a parent knows that up front. But we are in no way saying that you can't share that whole collection with a group of boys and girls together.
Absolutely. That's very important.
Yeah.
To know.
Yeah. And then we try to have a good mix of different authors, different writing styles.
Yes.
So yeah, I have always admired Sarita and Janelle for the work they put into choosing those readers because wow, there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, and yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit more about all the work that Janelle puts into these summer readers in a minute, and we're going to give you a chance to enter to win a package of summer readers of your own. So definitely stick around. We'll be posting all of this stuff here in a few minutes. But let's talk a little bit. We just had an entire series we did on summer learning and sort of what your next steps are to get ready for the summer and the new year. But let's talk a little bit about why it's important to continue to learn or to continue to read, especially through the summer the summer months.
Well, I personally can't imagine anyone wanting to stop reading, but I do understand that there are people that don't enjoy reading, and even though I can't imagine it, I do understand it. And especially with students, you know, summer looks like being outside and at the pool and playing ball and being with friends. And those are all very important things for summer, but it's also important to keep reading because as the phrase has been coined, the summer slide is a real thing. The summer slide simply boils down to what you don't use, you lose. So if especially your beginning readers, are not practicing that skill and enjoying that skill over the course of the summer, when fall rolls around and it's time to pull the books back out again, it's going to be a hard transition back into school. And so reading is easy to do in the heat of the day. Take a break and, curl up with a good book, or go outside under a shade tree and curl up with a good book. It's not hard to build that into your summer routine.
And I have a struggling reader. So I always do a few extra tips and tricks there to keep him reading. But like I try to pick under his level of reading so he's not pushed to the extreme. I recently interviewed, I think it was Gina Muncy, who said, none of us are ever really always reading at the top of our capacity or at the top of our ability. So if you think about that too, kids for summer can really enjoy these books and give them a few books that aren't pushing their levels a little bit, like, so you're just right underneath their ability that they would be during the school year. It is supposed to be fun, and you are supposed to be enjoying this. So definitely do that. The other thing I do often is I take turns reading pages. For some reason, it just makes him feel like we're in this together. It gives us a little bit more bonding time, but I'll read one page and then he'll read the next. And it just makes it seem like a team effort. So that's some of the things we do. But there's also some other ideas that we could get kids to continue to read. For
Certainly. Sure. Audiobooks are awesome. And a lot of libraries have them for you to sign out free as long as you have a library card, digital or hard copy, whatever. So pull some audiobooks and let your child read along in the hard copy, or just enjoy listening. Grandparents, I'm a grandparent and proud to admit it. And my grandkids love to read to me. In fact, my grandson was reading to me just the other day. And sometimes, even when we're not together in the same location, I don't know if you've ever heard of the free app Marco Polo, but Marco Polo lets you video record a conversation. And so sometimes he will record a book that he's reading, and I can listen to it at any time, and then I can answer back on Marco Polo. And so that's another fun way to kind of encourage kids to read, especially because it involves technology. Reading to a next door neighbor. Maybe you have an older next door neighbor, or reading to a pet. Pets are wonderful to read to because they seldom complain about being read to. So yeah, lots of creative ways to get kids to read.
Absolutely. So I'm going to show the video I spoke with Janelle a week ago about all about summer readers. I'm going to show that video. Judy and I will be back. We'll do a show and tell. And don't forget, we're going to also give you the opportunity to win your own summer readers. So that's coming up too. And we will see you in a moment. Sonlight does a variety of summer readers, age-appropriate packages, and I have with me today Janelle, who does a lot of the picking of summer readers. So Janelle, welcome, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I am Janelle. I am a second-generation Sonlighter, and it is my great joy and privilege to be able to help select your guys' summer readers. And this is one of the most fun parts of my job. I look forward to it every year, to go through that process and to just pick books that you and your family will enjoy. I do homeschool my own 3 children, and I just love being part of the Sonlight family.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so happy that you're here. Why did Sonlight start making summer readers? Like, why is that even a thing? I love it. People love it. But why did it start?
There's a lot of research that if kids take a full break from all reading and all academia, they can lose a lot over the summer. And so I know that that is kind of one of the reasons that we wanted to just give kids a reason to keep picking up books over the summer months. And in addition, stories are just so wonderful. And so to give parents and their children an opportunity to just stay connected with books and with stories, to continue to pursue those, I think that's just a second huge benefit that people are able to get when they do choose to do the summer reader packages.
Absolutely. So as a homeschool mom, why do you enjoy summer reading?
For me personally, I am like the ultimate, I love books. I love reading. I shouldn't say all. Most of my favorite memories from when I was a child involve reading outdoors. I love that. I love reading on my hammock or on my trampoline, or just the clouds rolling in the afternoon. Those memories for me are just such a fun part of my own childhood. And so I have that piece for my summer reading for myself. But then as an adult and having my own children, what I found is that for my family, we have definitely followed the normal statistics in the US of how having children who actually struggle. In my family of 3, I just finished a year of vision therapy. I'm having one child in reading therapy right now. And so I don't have that same, none of my children right now have that like, yeah, mom, just give me books and I'm going to disappear for hours and just read. But I want my children to have stories. I know how important it is to have them be receiving those stories, to be participating in that. And so, well, for myself personally right now, my children aren't at a season or a stage where they are even able to do reading on their own. They still love stories. And so I want to be able to read those out loud to them. So for those parents who have kids in that same place of, yeah, this is so common. So many families deal with this, but just to say, it can still be beautiful to share those stories with your children, whether they're able to read them on their own, or whether they could do all of the packs because they're so advanced, or if you have struggling readers, or for my daughter, reading honestly it was impossible for her before we did the vision therapy, before we did reading therapy. And so to say, you've still had the benefit though of stories this entire time, even though you didn't have the functional ability to be able to read. And so I think that is, that's for me. I have these kind of 2 different reasons for why I love these summer reader packages.
So let's talk about how the relaxed summer books help your family. Like, how do you think that they help?
Yeah, I think what Sonlight has so successfully done is we have really found such good history books, but that is not everybody loves to read history books for fun. Like I know, again, for me, so many of those Sonlight books were the ones that I did, Mara, Daughter of the Nile, where it's like so many of those were ones that I would reread just for myself in the summer. But there are just so many different genres. There's so many different books out there for kids. And it enables us, by having these additional packages, it enables us to really get new excellent books that we found in front of people, that we couldn't include in the curriculum. Some summer readers actually have them put in as we have need, where it's like, hey, this is really going to fit. Oh, awesome.
This was a summer reader, and it's now a 5th grade reader.
Yes.
So
yes.
It moved over. Yeah.
Yes.
Funny, I actually have one right next to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, we're constantly looking for new books. And this is a way to just continue to expose people and share with people what we're finding. Okay?
How do you guys go about picking the summer readers? How do you pick them?
Well, it is just an ever ongoing process. Even right now, we're already reviewing books that might be part of next year's summer reader package. We are just constantly reviewing books. We're trying to find just kind of continuing on with the best of the best, what is out there that we could just share with people. That really is always the goal, to be sharing what is excellent. And so what I've had the privilege of doing for summer readers is Sarita and I, we will kind of be going through our year. We're reviewing different books, and then our favorites we kind of put onto one single bookshelf. And in January and February, we kind of say, okay, it's time to start thinking about, summer readers. What have we got? And so then we'll sort through what's on that bookshelf, reread anything, because she's read different books than I have read. I'll kind of pick up what she has already read. I might have a few that she still hasn't reviewed. And so then she'll take those. And so we kind of sift and sort. And then we kind of come up with our first best draft of like, hey, if in a perfect world, if we could use all of these books, this is what we would like. that never happens. Typically, we go through about 3 or 4 iterations for the packages, and just because some of them might be out of print, some of them the cost is too prohibitive, and so some of them, oh hey, they're going to be paperback next year, and so let's just wait. And also too, with that, because we try to have such a variety of stories that they'll be attractive to all different kids, and again, just exposing them to different genres, we, even though we might we love both of these, but they're both mysteries. Okay, well, we're going to hold on to one of these for another year, because we don't want 2 of the 4 books to be mysteries. We want to make sure that there's going to be something for everybody. And so that's just kind of the win-win process. And so we go back and forth and say, okay, what other one can we put into this grade level? Okay, oh shoot, we're still missing, 2 for elementary school girls. Grab the stack of from the shelf, go find what you can to see how we can fill this in. And so then those last couple of months in February and March are pretty intense of just okay, we got to figure this out and sift it down. So that's a pretty good picture of the process.
Absolutely. Something that we always say is that these books are age appropriate and interesting to all children. So let's talk a little bit about how you pick books, ensuring that they're age appropriate. How do you go through the process?
Yeah, I would say that becomes much more specific at the middle school and high school level. Elementary school books, you're looking just for that certain reading level, and so those are that. But we still want the stories to be engaging. We still want kids to be able to just enjoy the stories. And so those elementary school readers that's just its own kind of piece. To separate the packages between girls and boys, it's mostly just who is the main character? Is it told from a boy's perspective? That's going to be more of a boy book. Is it told from a girl's perspective? It's going to be more of a girl book. Again, in that middle school and high school level, even that can kind of be a little bit squishy, just because some books are just so good that you're everybody needs to read this one. I'm not going to limit it to just one gender. So we have had that through the years. But I think for those middle school and high school, it's a lot of it is just kind of content. We definitely don't, even in summer readers, we don't shy away from having, one maybe just more thoughtful book. They're not necessarily heavy, but just hey, how can we just continue to help you mature? How can we help you just continue to think through things, as opposed to just having it all be unrelatable, where it's just oh, this is set in a completely different world. So we do still want to be able to have kids be kind of engaging with what situations that they might be experiencing in their own lives. And so that's actually just the process of, we're paying attention to, hey, what is the message that's being taught in this book? Watching out for language, keeping that appropriate. And then, just kind of saying, again, even just mixing it up. If I have another mystery in this level, okay, well, then I'll maybe move this one up to the other one. But there's middle school and high school. So those can be pretty interchangeable. Again, we're trying to make sure that it's, if it's heavier, or, hey, the situations that the kids are going through, that's definitely going to be at a high school level.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Janelle.
Yes, thank you so much, Stephanie.
Yay! So that
Awesome.
was Janelle. Janelle has a huge hand. Her and Sarita are really in charge of now selecting all of our summer readers. So that was an interesting conversation to have with her, to get a little bit of background into how that's all done. So this is the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to give you the link to enter to win the Summer Readers pack of your choice. We'll pick tomorrow, and I will let you know. And then we're going to do a little show and tell. How about that, Judy?
Sounds good.
Sorry. Here we go. All right, here comes the chat. My fingers are crossed. This is going to work.
It did.
All right. So that is going to be the link that you use to enter to win. Let me know if you're not seeing it. But that is the link that we're going to use. You're going to enter to win. Like I said, we'll select winners tomorrow, so be sure to enter today. And I want to start with elementary. And I'm going to go off the website. I don't know if you guys have you downloaded the Summer Readers catalog, because there's a lot of details in there. And that is I think it's at sonlight.com/summer. Go download the catalog. But I wanted to show you the boy, not that it matters. Like Janelle said, like the reason we do boys and girls is just that's who I think Judy said it too, the main character is. So not that it's required, but these are the boys, which I'm super excited about. And normally I don't know if you've ever seen my flip through videos. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. Look, there's some fun pictures in there. And like my son has tried to steal this so many times. I'm like, don't touch it. I got to do a video about it, because he just loves those comic book pictures that they have in there. And then of course, the dog. You know, like it's just nice to see the big lettering. This is definitely elementary school. And then the chicken squad.
I want to read that one.
Yeah, it looks fun, huh? And again, the pictures, great pictures in there. And then the Dog Diaries. I feel like this one's a series.
Might be.
Maybe not. But again, I just like, there's pictures and just engaging. I don't know. I have boy. He's all boy. He would much rather be doing boy things. So having pictures and books and a little bit easier for him, that's a great option.
So Steph, Lynn Whiteman is telling us that she doesn't see the link. So
no, it's not there.
I can see it.
Can see it too. Lynn, I will post it in this video chat over on Facebook as soon as we are done. I apologize if you don't see it. I don't know why. I can see all the chats.
Yeah. Oh, no,
I
Amber
just showed it on the
sees
screen.
it.
Oh, she can see it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what it would look like. I threw it on the screen. You're not going to be able to click from the screen, but that is what that is the link. It's to a viral sweep link. So you can enter to win, and it's all like done without us having to pick a number 1 through 175. We get to just have the machine do it, which is great. So anyway, here are catnappers. This is starting the girl again. Female lead roles, but still the same sort of thing. Fun pictures, easy reads for those elementary school, those higher elementary school readers. And then, oh yeah, this one looks cute too.
It does.
And they're super, like some of them are a little, you know, like if you have a fast reader, it might not take very long, but, and then the last one is Frankie and Sparks Class Pet. But this is super, super fun. And I have to say, like I did say I have a boy numerous times. He would read all of those. He wouldn't care about anything. And then this is the middle school boys, and these are a little thicker than, a little more girth to them than those elementary readers, as you can see. Thank you, Sarah, for posting the link again for Lynn. And a little bit, like these are the middle school, you know, it definitely takes it up a notch, a little bit more, you know, less pictures, all that stuff, but it's still fun. And it meets all of those 7-part tests Judy and I talked about before we talked to Janelle. So definitely, you know, still a very good book. These middle school books I want to read. For sure. And then in the real world,
I think Squint sounds like an intriguing title.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
Yeah. See your true potential. See, it is helping. That's the point. And then the girls, and again, just the girl I'm going to show you so you can see just how thick they are. But Charlie and the Last Equation. This one looks like it might be a mystery of some sort. Yeah, it says it's the New York Times bestselling author of the Spy School series. So maybe there is a little bit of intrigue there, which a fairy tale from reform school, flunked. This one, my daughter would eat it up for sure. She would love it. Charming fairy tale fun. But again, I promise Serena and Janelle have both read this maybe more than once. And they're saying it's a good book. So that's a comforting thought. And Fish in a Tree, do we have that? I feel like we have that one in like J or
Double J.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, Shouting at the Rain. This is from an author of Fish in the Tree. That one looks good too. I want to read these books, Judy. All the Grays on Green Street.
Maybe you could take a few days off from work just to read.
I know, right? I'm going to need a few days off. And then the high school ones. So they're, we're getting a little bit more. Oh, these look good too. So there's the high school. This one's a high school boys. And I just want to tell you, this book looks to be one of the thickest. There are 440 pages in this book. This one too. I really think that this one looks fun. Loot, How to Steal a Fortune. It just looks like it would be a fun read. We're not from here. They look like giant mosquitoes and are super smart, but they're not big fans of singing, jokes, and emotion. Cute. It's cute. Oh, this one might take the cake on the length of it. Oh no, it's about the same. 450.
I think that one's from the series, actually.
Is it? Is it?
I think so. Yep.
It does say the amulet. I'm not even going to try to say that.
Yeah, that's okay.
But, and then the girls. This is the girls. Oh, this one would be up my alley too. It's called The Witness. Greetings from the Witness Protection. This family needs an unlikely hero. How cute is that? The Strangers, The Greystone Secret. I bet this one's a series too.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to make the glare not be there. There it is. So as you can see, as you get closer, elementary school, very easy, very, very easy reads. The high schools, moms, you might want to steal these books and read some of them.
Maybe.
Yeah, right. Who has already ordered the summer readers? Give us a big like or heart or something if you've already ordered the summer readers. If you're thinking about ordering them, let us know. Oh, everybody's jumping at once. Oh, Stacy, thank you. Oh, I got some hearts. Good. I'm glad. Yes, I think that these books are great. And every year, there's this new curated package of summer readers that is divided into age appropriate ages. That is just that's a phenomenal thing. So definitely watch out for, every May we come out with these. So, Lori got the middle school boys. Nice. I'm excited. I think that was the one that had the Squint book, I think.
Squint, yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, please, I'm going to leave the link in this live for the next 24 hours. Remember, you only have 24 hours to enter to win. And so we would absolutely love for you to enter to win. And we will be picking winners tomorrow afternoon and letting you know who won via email. You'll get an email from me. So thank you so much for joining me, Judy. And as always, thanks for joining us, everyone. And we hope you have a great summer and enjoy those books.